I want to say that my sympathy goes out to any woman who feels she must seek an abortion. It must be a horrible situation to be in. But I will admit that I am perplexed by the scope of the hearing. After all, my colleagues on the other side are quick to assert that Roe v. Wade is, quote, the law of the land. However, Planned Parenthood v. Casey clearly allows states to implement abortion restrictions, even ones that apply during the first trimester of pregnancy. States are grappling with issues of how to defend and preserve life and support high standards for women's health care. As states continue to explore ways to do so in recent years, we are now at a reflection point. After the governor of Virginia's horrific comments earlier this year, there's been a national outcry over the apathy shown by the pro-abortion movement towards babies that have been born after an abortion. This is an issue that's very close to my heart and the hearts of millions of Americans. I'm going to quote the governor. If a mother's in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother, end quote. Governor Northam, unfortunately, does not stand alone in this appalling stance. He echoes a Planned Parenthood's lobbyist who, during testimony on Florida's Born Alive bill, expressed support for leaving an abortion survivor on the table to die, if that is what the patient and abortionist decided. In New York, the Reproductive Health Act, signed into law by Governor Andrew Cuomo, removes protections for children born alive during abortion attempts, leaving them at the mercy of the abortionist who just minutes earlier was trying to kill them. Illinois has also enacted a law that repealed the Illinois Partial Birth Abortion Ban Act and removes licensing requirements for abortion facilities. Still, other states, notably Massachusetts and Virginia, having proposed legislation that is equally as alarming. Only 2/3 of the states have any laws to protect infants who survive abortion and that positively enshrine their right to life into law. That's simply unacceptable. Madam Chairwoman, respectfully, in light of these events, I hardly find that anyone is losing access to anyone save the defenseless, the unborn. The unborn and now even born alive. They are the ones having their rights deprived, and the American people find this intolerable. I find it to be an abomination. The pendulum in the states is not one that's swinging against women, not in the slightest. Some of my colleagues used to espouse the idea that abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. They espouse it no longer. Instead, on-demand access to abortion up to and tragically even after birth is the new mantra. And the fact that extremists are working to keep this ever-expanding restriction on the right to life buttressed against the lives of babies born outside the womb, there should be a wake-up call to us all. I call on Speaker Pelosi to end her blockade against the bipartisan Born Alive Survivors Protection Act. This bill would protect babies born alive in the remaining 1/3 of state jurisdictions that fail to do so. Life is sacred, and the regard with which we hold it is what defines who we are as a society. We live in a society that mistakes choice for liberty and denies the dignity of unborn life. But the beauty of living in a free country is that we can use our liberty for love. We must put love into action every day, affirming the value of life at all stages, no matter the difficulties it presents. Striving to love daily is not easy, yet it is the greatest exercise of our freedom, and there's no life unworthy of that love.